didn't feel real at first. Chris Jones stood at his locker after the 16-13 loss to the Chargers, answering questions like, the season still had breath left in it. Then someone mentioned playoff elimination. He stopped, asked if that was actually true. And when the answer came back, yes, he went quiet. That pause said everything. For the first time since Patrick Mahomes took over in 2018, the Kansas City Chiefs are done before January even begins. No postseason run. No AFC title game, no chance to turn chaos into another Super Bowl parade. 7 straight conference championship appearances, over 21 playoff games across that span, the equivalent of an extra full season of football, suddenly reduced to a memory. And then came the image no one can shake. Mahomes' left knee folding, the kind of injury your eyes instinctively look away from. Torn ACL, season-ending, potentially era-altering. This is what a dynasty crossroads looks like. Calling this the end would be lazy. Dynasties don't usually die in one afternoon. They erode, they pause, they reset. The New England Patriots taught us that. After winning 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, they went a full decade without another title. Tom Brady tore his ACL in 2008. Coaches rotated, rosters churned, scandals came and went, but Brady and Bill Belichick stayed together, and that was enough to restart the machine. That's the parallel Kansas City has to cling to now. As long as Mahomes and Andy Reid remain aligned, this doesn't have to be the final chapter, but it is the end of a version of the Chiefs, and pretending otherwise would be dangerous. Mahomes' rehab alone will shape the next year. The injury happened late enough that he'll miss most, if not all, of the offseason program and possibly part of training camp. Kansas City will be conservative. They have to be. But the bigger shift won't be physical. It'll be philosophical. This season already showed cracks. Mahomes made uncharacteristic decisions. The offense leaned heavily on his legs at times, a luxury that likely won't exist in the same way again. The Chiefs cannot build a future where their most valuable asset repeatedly invites contact on a surgically repaired ACL. That means change. It also means loss. Travis Kelce's future is uncertain, and retirement feels closer than ever. If he's gone, Mahomes returns from the worst injury of his career without the security blanket that defined this era. No Kelce, no Tyreek Hill, no automatic mismatch to bail out broken plays. The offense already feels mortal, and sometimes ordinary. Kansas City needs more than tweaks. They need an identity reset, a real running game, not a committee, not a stopgap, a centerpiece, someone who absorbs punishment so Mahomes doesn't have to. The Eagles recognized that with Jalen Hurts and paid Saquon Barkley when the league said running backs weren't. It won them a Super Bowl. That lesson shouldn't be lost on Kansas City. Protection matters too. So does reliability at receiver. Drafting late for 7 straight years makes it harder, but it doesn't excuse personnel misses. Something dynamic has been missing, and it's been obvious for months. The defense isn't blameless either. It flashes dominance but can't sustain it. The pass rush no longer feels inevitable. The unit can't carry the team when the offense sputters, and that's how you lose 7 one-score games. When margins shrink, flaws scream. This is the uncomfortable middle of a dynasty story. The part where the path forward isn't obvious. Look left, problems. Look right, more problems. The Patriots lived here for a decade before finding their way back. Some teams never do. The difference usually comes down to humility, patience, and alignment at the top. Kansas City has to absorb this season without panicking, without fracturing, without pretending the past guarantees the future. Some dynasties collapse under ego and denial. Others pause, recalibrate, and come back sharper. Whether this moment becomes a footnote or a finale depends on what Mahomes and Reid do next, together. Because this wasn't just a loss. It was the sound of a door closing. What matters now is whether another one opens.